Dear learner, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you, everybody? I hope we are all fine by the grace of Almighty Allah. I am also fine, Alhamdulillah. Today, I am going to take an online class for the student of class 8, subject Islam and Moral Education, chapter 2, lesson 8, topic Qurbani, sacrifice. Look at the following picture. Dear learner, do you know what is the best way for self-sacrifice and attainments of Allah's nearness? Qurbani. Our today's topic, Qurbani. Now, learning outcome. After this lesson, student will know about the definition of Qurbani, will know about the history of Qurbani, will know about the principles and rules of Qurbani and its benefits in the life of the Muslim. Now, the concept of Qurbani. Udhiyah is the synonymous word for Qurbani. In terms of dictionary meaning, the word stands for sacrifice, dedication, etc. According to the Islamic terminology of Sharia, Qurbani indicates the religious system in which animals are sacrificed from the morning of the 10th of Dhul-Hijjah to the evening of the 12th in order to obtain the nearness of Allah. The figure is called Qurbani, sacrifice. Now the benefits of Qurbani. The practice of Qurbani prevailing nowadays is being performed since the time of Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi. It is one of the best ways for self-sacrifice and the attainments of Allah's nearness. It is an excellent ibadah, that is worship. Allah's Rasulullah has affirmed, nothing is dearer to Allah than the sacrifice on the day of Qurbani. That person will arrive on the day of Qiyamah with horns, hoofs, and all the hairs of the sacrifice animals, Qurbani's animals. The bloods of Qurbani, that is sacrifice, will raise Allah, especially to his dignified status before it drops on the earth. It is said, therefore, purify yourself with the Qurbani. Tirmidhi. Allah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam again declares, despite capability, the person who has not performed the act of sacrifice, that is Qurbani, should not go near the Idgah, a place where the prayer of Eid is performed. Ibn Majah. Now, the history of Qurbani. Allah the Almighty tested Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi many times in many ways. He passed all the tests successfully, but this time he faced an ordeal. One night he dreamed that Allah, the Gracious, had ordered him to sacrifice his son, Ismail. What else could be more beloved to him than the only son, Ismail, of his old ages? He thought about it deeply and finally reached a conclusion that he would do the same, which would satisfy Allah. This event is mentioned in the Holy Quran. Then he said to his son Ismail, "My son, I have dreamed that I am slaughtering you. Now, what is your opinion?" He, Ismail, said, "My dear father, please do as you have been ordered to do. If Allah desires, you will find me as one of the patient." Surah As-Saffat, Ayat 102. Such a brave answer from the son made Hazrat Ibrahim satisfied. In order to satisfy Allah the Merciful, he was about to sacrifice his son Ismail by driving knives in his throat. Ibrahim got through this test too. In the Holy Quran, it is said, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. وَنَدَيْنَاهُ أَن يَا إِبْرَاهِيمُ قَدْ صَدَّقْتَ الرُّؤْيَا, meaning, addressing him, I told, O Ibrahim, indeed you have obeyed the divine commands, the order received in a dream. Surah As-Saffat, Ayat 104 to 105. Allah the Omnipotent became glad and let down a lamp brought from heaven under the knife in place of Ismail. Instead of Ismail, the lamb was sacrificed. To keep his wonderful incident of sacrifice even remembered, the practice of Qurbani has been established since that time. Today, this custom is recognized in the Muslim community as a holy religious ceremony. Now, the principles and rules of Qurbani. A few particular principles, that means masala, and rules are described below. 1. If any person owns such wealth as being able to afford sacrifice sahibi nisab during the period from Fajr of the 10th of Jilhaz to the evening of the 12th, it becomes wajib, next force on his part to perform Qurbani sacrifice. But it is not wajib on the part of the traveler, that means musafir. Number 2, the 10th, 11th, and the 12th of Jilhaz are 3 days, time for sacrifice, Qurbani. one can execute this sacrifice on any of these 3 days, but it is the best to carry out it on the first day. Number 3, it is not appropriate to perform Qurbani sacrifice before the prayer of Eid al-Adha. The Qurbani is to be performed after the Eid Salat. 4. The healthy domestic animals like goat, lamb, sheep, cow, buffalo, camel, etc. are to be sacrificed to perform the ceremony. 1 to 7 persons can share in the sacrifice of one cow or a buffalo or a camel. Number 5. The age of a goat for sacrifice is required to be at least 1 year. The cow and buffalo have to be of 2 years of age at least. The age of the camel should be at least 5 years. The required age of the lamb and sheep are the same as the goat. But it is lawful for sacrifice if the young sheep of more than 6 months of age are so healthy and big in size that they can hardly be identified from the sheep of the 1 year old. If the young goats are healthy and of big size, but not of 1 year old, they are not allowed to sacrifice. Number 6, the meat of the sacrificed animals has to be divided into 3 portions. One share is to be distributed among the poor and distressed. Another share is to be given to the relatives. The rest one can be kept for one's own use. Number 7, it is better to execute the sacrifice by one's hand. 8, the animals to be sacrificed has to be lain down by placing its head to the south facing Qibla, saying Bismillahi Allahu Akbar. We have to sacrifice the animals with sharp weapons. Now the conclusion. To perform Qurbani, every Muslim should sacrifice better animals intently, and this will bless them with great fortune. With the increase of sincere cordiality towards each other, a heartly environment will prevail. Now the homework. Explain the principles and rules of Qurbani. Allah Hafiz.